The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. What did the rates do yesterday? They don't tell us it points paid, points received, or the APR. They give us the number that has to go in your mortgage calculator. And if you don't have a mortgage calculator, ronismylender.com, ronismylender.com. That is our mortgage app. And it does not, no cost to you. And if you want to apply for a loan, you can do that there too, but it gives you the calculator. Conventional loans, 30-year fixed down 6.435. Jumbo, 30-year fixed down 6.785. FHA, 30-year fixed down 6.241. VA, 30-year fixed down 5.789. USDA loans, rural areas, generally no down payment, 30-year fixed. That was down. Clean sweep. That was at 6.152. A clean sweep. If you want our commentary on the markets, rsrmarketminute.com, rsrmarketminute.com. So let's take a look and see what's going on in the markets today. That was yesterday's market data as far as the locked rates. S&P 500 right now, it is up 1.84. That one's been jumping around a lot today. So right now, we're up a little bit, up 1.84. The 10-year Treasury, this is the bond. The yield is down 3 basis points. And the mortgage-backed security, that's the yield on the 10-year was down 3 basis points. The mortgage-backed security, that bond is up 15 basis points. You got so much going on here that I'm a little slow. It's hump day. Okay, so what are we doing here? The stocks and bonds both higher so far this morning. Later this afternoon, about 1 o'clock Eastern time, there's going to be a 20-year bond auction. Could impact the markets depending on the level of demand. With the outlook for yields to move lower, it would make sense to see strong demand, which could help bonds further, although the 10 and 30-year auctions earlier this month were weak. It would have been smart for investors to jump in as yields have come down since those auctions. Remember, yield down, bond price up. When you buy the bond, you can make money two ways. You make money on the yield, or you can make money on the price. If the bond price goes up, good news. 11 o'clock, we're going to get the Fed minutes from the July 31st Fed meeting. It's going to give us a closer look at what was discussed at that July 31st meeting, where the Fed left rates unchanged. Also, before we get the big jump in the unemployment rate, but nonetheless, it still could be important to give us some more insights. These meetings will likely have a bit less importance than usual because we'll be hearing from Fed Chairman Jay Powell. Yes, we're going to hear from him. That commentary comes out on Friday is when he's speaking, and my thoughts about the Fed Chairman and the Federal Reserve as it is.
Such an idiot.
Yes.
Such an idiot.
Because they say they're data dependent.
Such an idiot.
When you're
Such an idiot.
Enough. When they say they're data dependent, that means they're looking backwards, not forecasting. So here's the big news of today, though. The BLS released their benchmark revisions for job data from March 2023 to March 2024, showing that the Bureau of Labor Statistics overstated job growth by 818,000 jobs. Surprise. That means 1 in 3 jobs that they reported were created never, ever happened. If you average out how much the revision is on a monthly basis over the year, it would be a revision of 68,000 per month. On average, we saw 242,000 jobs created per month from March 2023 to March 2024, which now falls to 174,000. This would have materially changed the strength of the jobs report that pressured bond market many times over that period of time. It's scary that this is also the data the Fed goes off to make their monetary policy decisions. The Fed is likely going to feel some additional pressure from this report as they've been behind the curve more than they even thought. Can you say inflation is transitory, ladies and gentlemen? That was what the Fed told us. I wonder when it's going to transition. There are a few other data points that will go into their rate cut decision on September 18th, including PCE inflation report for July on August 30th, the jobs report for August on September 8th, CPI inflation report for August on September 11th. But the revision today could be a key point. I'm still saying the Fed needs to cut by 0.5%. And, that does not affect the traditional loans, but it does have an effect on my favorite loan, the Home Select loan from our friends at Geneva Financial. Philly Fed Services Index manufacturing has been in recession for some time now, but we are starting to see a trend of weakening now in the service sector. The Philly Fed non-manufacturing index for August was reported at a negative 25.1, which is even more negative than the negative 19.1 in July. This is the worst reading since December 2020 and is a seventh month in the past 8 that the figure is negative. Looking to future expectations, the 6-month outlook fell 54 points in the last 2 months from 44.7 in June to negative 9 in August, which is a huge swing and change in outlook. The inflation components were benign and the employment components were very weak. Full-time jobs contracted for the second month in a row to a negative 14.9, and part-time jobs also declined to negative 0.5. If you're still thinking that rates are going to stay the same, they're not. If you're concerned or interested in what it might do to your family and how your family might benefit from a rate cut, just send us a note. We will adopt your mortgage, tell you where you are now, what the future looks like from forecasts that we use, and see what your number is. And I don't know if we even did a Josh, did we do I know we did a segment on what's your number. Did we make a link to that? What's your number? Okay, we'll put that in there. Go to rsrlinks.com/what's your number? No apostrophe. What's your number? If it's not there, we'll make sure it's there by lunchtime. rsrlinks.com/what's your number? And take a look and give us an idea of what that might be. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.